Alright guys, here we go. We're gonna pull it around real quick. I say we are. Okay. No, we're not. Alright y'all, in this episode we got this nice 68 Camaro that we got to do a few things on and show you. First off, we're going to pull the trans out so it can get went through real quick and checked on. It's got a LS2 out of a C6 Corvette. I'll show y'all that in a minute. With a Vortec V3 on it. We're gonna put a holley in it. We're gonna rebuild the charge piping with an intercooler, do some cleanup on the wire and put a flex fuel sensor on it, and a little list of other things, so y'all check it out. But first we're gonna pull it around so we can get it in the air and get the trans out of it. I need me one. Need me one bad. Power steering, manual brake switch is fine with me. Reverse manual valve on it. Alright, we got it on the lift. Let's see. This is why the battery keeps dying, the brake lights. It's another thing we'll check out for them real quick. That's the only problem on a 50-something-year-old car. If anyone has dealt with these cars in the past, then that's not too much to complain about. So, well, in order to keep that from dying, so we need to do this anyway. Grab the keys. You know, none of that push button stuff. And we'll come in here and we'll unhook the battery, which, like I said, we need to do that anyway. So, get on that, then we'll get the car up in the air and take a look and see what she looks like underneath.
I want to see what you do.
Nothing yet, dude. Alright, we got the drive shaft out, linkage off, fluid drain, which is nice dealing with something that you can actually drain the fluid on for once. About to undo the trans lines, got the converter undid. Yeah, that's right, undid. And then we'll set her down and get the bell housing bolts. She'll be ready to come out. Trans is out. That was a pain. There's even more to it. That was turned a short job into a long ass job. But anyway, she's out now. I think he's bringing it to. Alright, so we got most of the fucking. Go through real quick. See what's there. Fix a leak on it. A couple of little things. But hey, that makes it easier now. We can get up in here and, you know, maybe do something a little bit better when we put the holley in. So, but that's it for right now on it. Alright, so we got set down. We got half the harness off, the intake off, the exhaust tubing, charge pipe. We're gonna finish getting the harness off and get the coolant hoses off and all that. We got some things we're gonna do with the radiator also. So that's where we are so far. We'll have to snake it through, and then we'll pull the ECU and all that out from under the dash, which is pretty easy. There's no heater or nothing up under there, so we'll be able to do that pretty easy. And we're gonna change where well, we run the harness through. He wants it to be a little cleaner looking. What? Alright, we got the harness all undone under the hood. So now we're gonna pull it through the firewall and unhook it from the ECU, pull the ECU out, and then see what's what on these fuse box relays and all that. Then we'll be back. Well, it's the current situation. I got most of it out. I gotta reach over there and get the pedal unplugged, drive-by wire, and then a little bit of this stuff undone. Found out where it goes. Some of it's tacked. Dig through these and see. I got a feeling I know what that is, but I want to dig through it before I cut it anyway. But yeah, I don't miss sitting like this under them that much. But at least it ain't got a cage. That makes it 10 times funner. Well, at least the getting out part. But anyway, that's where we are so far. Let's see. Let's turn this light around. Sorry for blinding y'all for a second. But as you see, there ain't nothing under the dash here. No AC, no nothing. So that makes it easier. But yeah, we got this going to the pedal. So we'll unplug that. And then see what the rest of that goes to, or verify what the rest of that goes to, and she'll be out of it. And then we'll play in the holley stuff. So anyway, if y'all don't hear from me, it's because I'm stuck. So y'all might want to come get me out. I'm getting too old for this.
Hey Micah, you got the Phillips screwdriver? All right.
Alright, what we're doing here, we're getting ready to make the bottom mount for the intercooler. We've already got this bar set in place and bent up and cut hopefully close to length. We're making some little plate brackets real quick. It's gonna bolt here and here, and this bar will come up and mount weld right to the middle of those plates. Then we're gonna have two tabs that come off the bar and mount to the bottom of the intercooler. We got this very good looking 67 Camaro in. Also came in because of new front tire, wanting new front tires. Checked the scaling of the car, the alignment, and the AC and a rear end noise. Lines to go ahead and give extra time. This thing's got to go get detailed and some paint protective film on the back. Colton's really been working on it and knocking it out. We're waiting on a couple rollers for this back quarter glass. Let's see what else. We finally kind of drove the car today a little bit, so we got a few little leaks to fix. This thing only had like 60 miles on it in the past 10 years, so we're working out the little bugs of actually driving the car. This guy wants to drive it, and I don't blame him. Why have a car you can't drive? So we fix a few of those tomorrow and retry it, hopefully get the hood on it, finish up some tuning. We were having an idle issue, which we couldn't figure out at first. We were thinking it's the IAC or a vacuum leak or something like that. And we started paying attention a little more, hunting after we checked all the other stuff. We started paying attention a little more, watching the IAC percentage you know, while the car is running on the holley. And we started noticing, you know, hey, as the percentage goes down, this thing tries to idle up. So we're like, well, maybe it's doing the opposite. It's opening when it's saying it's closed and closing when it's saying it's open. So sure enough, we checked the pin out on the connector, which is, you know, stock holley terminator harness, and 2 wires were swapped. So we went ahead and swapped those back, and our idle problem's fixed. Thing idles great. So on to the other stuff. Let's see. Back on this thing, we got the computer in it. We got the harness ran for the most part. We got a few more little things we got to hook up on the harness and clean up. Obviously, we got the brand new V7 on it. What else? We went ahead and put this mil-spec connector on it through the firewall. He plans on pulling this out and freshening up under that on the firewall and all that later this winter, I think, and maybe us building a motor for it. But then we got these nice Motion Racework clamps on here. We got this part of the charge pipe built this evening. We'll finish up the rest. Then we'll go ahead and we'll put another clamp on the throttle body, and that'll be good. And we got this big old blow-off valve over here for it. Thing's pretty killer. Reminds me of the big red on the Pro Charger. A new inlet air temp sensor and bong for it. Here's the throttle body. I'm sorry, this place is a mess, but after cruising the coast, we plan on really getting in here and cleaning up, you know, since we've got a little more help now, and things are going a little bit smoother. We're just playing catch up. So we got the dash 20 bongs on there to run A&N lines for the coolant. Let's see, where's the radiator? Oh, here we go. We got those welded on. So we did a real quick panel up here. It didn't have nothing that looked, it didn't look too clean. So we did that, and we also were using it to mount the fan shroud, because originally there was just a piece of, what do you call it? Should I have to find it? You know, a piece of metal strap basically that went from the fan shroud to the core support. So we cleaned that up some without diving in and getting an expensive new radiator. You know, apparently this radiator already works for the car, so if it works, why change it? We're just gonna clean it up a little bit. We went ahead and got the intercooler halfway mounted. We got to do the top mount next, but we went ahead and got it mounted, the bottom mounts for now, which we'll clean those up a little bit. We're gonna have to scoot it in just a tiny bit. It already clears the valence right now, but it's super tight, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, scoot it in a tiny bit more, maybe space it up a little bit. We got a little room right there before the hood latch, so maybe space it up a little bit, and yeah, we'll go from there. So trying to think what else. I think that's it for now. We'll go ahead. Oh, we got a nice new Motion Raceworks billet can for it. Get this one off. He wanted to put a black can on it, so that's what we did. We got that. Hopefully this thing runs good. It's got a freshly overhauled 400 in it, so we'll see how she does. Should be a fun little car. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be jealous of it. I'm gonna have to tell him he's gonna have to let me keep it for a while or something, because it's gonna be a nice little car to cruise around in, make some decent power. But yeah, I think that's about it for now. As we get a little bit more done on it, we'll go ahead and get some more video. Let's see, we got the Fuel Injection Clinic 1200s in there. We got the flex fuel sensor under the car with the Motion Raceworks, whatever you want to call it. You know, put the flex sensor in there, and it's still the equivalent of a dash 10 line. So that's under the car. We built the harness for the holley to go back to the flex sensor. We kind of just, halfway overhauled. I'm not gonna say we redid the harness. We obviously we made it go through the bolt, that mil spec connector, to clean that up, and we just routed a few little things a little differently. I would have loved to build the harness from the ground up, but time frame and all to have it ready for cruising just, you know, didn't allow for that for now. So this is fine. I mean, it should work. I say it should work unless we run into problems like we did with that holley harness, but no big deal. That's why I'm trying to give us a little extra cushion and time, in just in case there's little things we gotta, you know, work out for that. You know, just how it goes. But anyway, yeah, we'll get y'all some more data. I mean, sorry, it's been a long, crazy day. Some more footage on it as it wraps up and all, and then get some video of it running and get some video of it on the dyno and stuff. I don't know if he wants us to show what it makes. If he does, cool, we'll show it. If he doesn't, then obviously we won't. Trying to think what else. I mean, we don't know what's in the motor. It's supposed to be stock bottom end 6.0. We're not sure. So obviously we're not going to push it too hard. We have the pulley that came on it, and we got 2 smaller pulleys. But it should be plenty enough car. I think this thing weighs less than 3,300 or right around 3,300 with him in it. So, you know, any type of power in this will be a fun little car. I mean, just 700 horse, and, you know, it'll be a pretty quick car for what it is. So I don't think he wants to go too fast. I don't blame him. No cage. He don't want to put a cage. He's got a race car. This is the street car. So, you know, so only go so far with it. But anyway, I'll get y'all some more.